This video is brought to you by BoardGamePrices.com. Find the best prices for board games at BoardGamePrices.com. Kia ora koutou and welcome to the Artemis project in about 3 minutes. This is the Kickstarter version. It's a game for 1 to 5 players. It has a solo mode. Playing time's around 60 to 90 minutes. It's a moderately complex game. Jupiter's moon Europa, long known to have an icy surface, has been revealed to have deep oceans absolutely teeming with life and scientific opportunity. Will you build a thriving colony under the ice, or will you freeze to death in the frozen wasteland above? You win if at the end of 6 turns you have the most points. And points come from a bunch of places. Competitive. Everyone is trying to run the most impressive research station. Dice. Actions in this game involve placing dice on the board. Player turn. At the start of the game, collect a player board. This is where you store your 5 action dice, energy, which you use to look after colonists, minerals, which you use to construct buildings, toolkits, which can modify dice results by 1 pip each, badges, which you gain from conducting expeditions, and your 4 different types of colonists. Colonists can also be placed in buildings once you have some. Each turn starts with an event card, which will activate at some point that turn. Place this marker to remind yourself when that will be. Then draw expeditions equal to the number of players minus 1. Each expedition card shows a number of energy and minerals. Add that amount to their matching places on the board equal to the total on the cards plus 2. Players then alternate placing dice on the board until they run out. Then you resolve each spot in turn. Expeditions need a total dice value assigned to them equal to this value to succeed. Colonists sent with a die can modify this result. The winner gets the first choice of reward and the runner-up gets a second choice. Both players also claim expedition badges. Minerals and energy work the same way. You claim a number of resources matching the dice you have placed. But if later in the turn other players place smaller value dice, the higher ones are bumped right, which means the smaller ones may claim all of the resources. If this happens, move your relief marker 1 step for each die removed and claim a bonus from this track. Buildings go to the highest bidder and cost a number of minerals equal to what was bid. When you construct a building, you can move colonists onto it immediately. This will ensure it works later in the turn. The doorstep allows you to recruit colonists, spending 2 energy per recruit, and the academy allows you to retrain colonists into different roles. You can also spend your dice to get toolkits. Once all spaces on the board are resolved, buildings activate and you must pay power to keep any colonists in your shelter alive. When turn 4 starts, surface buildings will be available to build, and these focus on endgame points. Keep playing until 6 rounds are over. Why would you like this game? The Artemis project is very tidy, tightly designed, attractive and accessible game. The core gameplay of dice placement is very simple and yet produces some tense decisions and moments in the game. And the game excels in presenting an array of important decisions each turn. You need resources, people, expeditions and buildings, and you never feel like you have enough moves. But somehow you can still build an effective engine if you place your dice right. The art is wonderfully bright and evocative and does a great job of building the world of Europa. And it's also not a table hog. The board is only as big as it needs to be, and the player boards are just the right size. The best thing about this game is the exposure mechanic, which means people might bump you off resource tracks. It makes for some very tactical decisions on when and where to place. However, this game does have some take that in it, and if you don't like the idea of people disrupting your plans and bumping you off things, this one won't be for you. Overall though, I can't find much to hate in the game, but I can see some people finding it a relatively safe design. If you like sci-fi and dice placement, check out Circadian's First Light. Alternatively, you could try Euphoria, Build a Better Dystopia. The Artemis Project, as cool as ice. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and support us on Patreon.